So today, before we start talking about the topic, I would like to hear from you. What do you do every day? In the morning, in the afternoon, at night, what do you do? Okay, so you wake up, go to school, you brush your teeth, yeah, very important. Okay, you do homework, also important. You have breakfast, good. Have dinner, you cook, nice, very good. That's perfect. Thank you. Um, so these are things you do every day, right? It's a routine, right? We have talked about it previously. So today we're going to learn a new tense because now we're talking things that we do every day. We are in the present. We are going to talk about the past. And what do I mean by past? Let me share the screen with you, right? Okay, so we talked about the things we do every day. And now we're going to talk about the past tense, things we already did, like yesterday. We have already talked about the present tense, right? I, you, we, they, okay? So we know that the verb in the present, it doesn't change for these people. So for example, we have the verb to play in the screen. So I'll say, I play tennis. You play video game. We play volleyball. They play basketball, for example. Okay. And we also know that for he, she, and it, the verb changes a little. We have to add an S or an ES and sometimes an IES, right? So he plays volleyball. She plays video games. It, like a cat or dog, plays with the stick or with the ball, for example. Okay. So that's present tense. We already know that. It's always good to make a review. So for past tense, we'll have to change the verb again. And there's some rules for that. For example, the verb to play. We say that it is a regular verb. What is a regular verb? A regular verb is that one that when you change it to past tense, you just add ed. Ed. That's it. So I played tennis. I played tennis. You played video game yesterday. We played volleyball yesterday. What about he, she, and it? Great news. You just add ed. You don't have to think. It's an S, it's an ES. No, you just ed to everybody and you're fine. Perfect, right? It's very different from Portuguese because you have to know for each person, you have a different way to say the verb. Don't worry about that in English. Just add the ed. So I played, you played, we played, they played, he, she, it played. Perfect. Love it. Okay. So once again, regular verbs, you just have to add, you have the verb and then ed. So I play tennis in the morning. So every morning, like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., I go to a tennis court and I play tennis. But if I want to say that I played, like it's over, this game, I mean, I'm not doing it now. I've done it before. So I'll say I played tennis. And in this example, I played tennis in the morning. I played tennis, I played tennis in the morning. Another verb, we have I dance ballet. I dance ballet. I dance every day. I dance every week. Could dance right now. But what if I don't dance anymore? I'll say I danced ballet. Not dancing now. I don't do it every day. Like yesterday, or maybe last month, or maybe last year, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, I danced ballet. In my case, that would be like 30 years ago. But anyway, so you see that you just add, in this case, in dance, you already have the E, so you just put the D there. So just remember, you have the verb and it has to end ed if you want to change a regular verb to the past tense. But there's always a but. There are also irregular verbs. What are irregular verbs? The verb will change. It changes. And so is there a rule for that? No. I mean, it can just change the sound of it. It can change the vowels and consonants. They switch, or it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So we'll have to memorize them. But don't worry, the more we use them, the more we become familiar with it, okay? So 2 examples in the screen. We have, I go to school in the afternoon. I go to school in the afternoon. Every afternoon, I go to school. But what if I want to say something that like happened like yesterday, or let's say it's at night already, it's like 9 p.m. And I want to say that in the afternoon, I went to school. You see how different it is? Go, went. I go to school in the afternoon. I went to school in the afternoon. Another example, I eat lasagna. I ate lasagna. Just switch it places. Why is that? I don't know. But that's the way it is. So, but don't worry, you don't have to freak out about that. We will memorize them. We'll become familiar with them. Okay, don't worry about that. So let's see some other verbs. What are they doing? Cooking, right? So present tense, I cook. Past tense, I cooked. Just add the ed. Is it a regular or irregular verb? Regular verb, okay. Okay, you see here, I read 1 book per month. So every month I read 1 book. Or I read 1 book last month. Same thing, Danny. No, I read. See, just the sound of it, just the way you would say it. Okay, so we have a family and they are watching TV and eating popcorn. Okay, so in present tense, we would say they watch movies and eat popcorn. So we have 2 verbs here. We have watch and eat. Let's see what happens in the past tense. They watched, regular verb, just add the ed. They watched movies and ate popcorn. Okay? So, again, don't worry about how am I going to know the verbs? You will learn it. Believe me, you will. So now we're going to practice. Let's form pairs and work on our worksheets, okay?